Welcome to the Redvee TV Instant Reaction, supported by Chapel House Cars for the 2025 season, following Saints' 26 points to 6 victory this afternoon here against Wakefield Trinity at Belle Vue. Kevin, Saints are on the way to being great again.
Yes. You know what? That was a tougher performance, and I think we had to endure. I think there were quite a few mistakes in there. Completion probably wasn't as high as we'd like it to be. But all in all, to come here we've had success, but it's been a lot closer, and have a 20-point margin of victory. I think we've got to go away happy.
You have to say that opening quarter of the game from both sides was pretty sloppy.
Yeah, error strewn, I think I called it. Just seeing like the ball wouldn't stick. We were trying things, which is always admirable, but the ball just wouldn't stick, giving penalties away. Both sides seemingly just didn't want to take a grasp of the game. So it made it one for the purists, I think they call it.
I think the main thing for me is we didn't go away from what we were trying to do, and we stuck at it, and eventually we started to get our rewards.
Yeah, we spoke about it over the past couple of weeks, whether it be on the show or on the Instant Fan Reaction, about our professionalism and how against Salford we kept the foot down and went for it and put points on the board, which will matter come the end of the season, you'd imagine. Same against Castleford, where you see that on and on and on. You see it again today, where at the end we're making sure that we're tackling players just as they've received the ball and forcing an error, putting people into touch, making it not easy for them. The professionalism that we're showing, if we can continue that throughout the season, then we'll have a better season than quite a few people are predicting us for.
Before we go on to the main match points, officiating today, wasn't quite sure it was the best. He seemed to miss quite a lot both ways.
I don't know where that's just come from. Off camera, something's just fallen over. Don't know where it came from. Yeah.
There was two first in the first. Hello, forgot how to do this. I've not been here that much. The one in the first half where Saints go to play the ball, Mike Meakin doesn't clear the ruck because he supposedly got he does go off for a HIA. He lies over the ruck. We can't pick the ball up, and their player dives in and steals it, and that's not obstruction.
Yeah. I don't know what the issue with rugby league is. It's not simple enough that you just look at something like that and think, well, is it the onus on the player playing the ball to find room to then play it, and then once he's played it, it's just play on, because he's not. The issue is he starts moving, he starts getting out the way rather than let the play go on around him. It's a tough job. It's a tough job reffing. I'm not gonna hammer him.
I just thought it was bang average. A bit like the first 20 minutes performance from both teams. The referee took a while to grow into the game. Luckily for us, the completely botched John Bennison's Las Vegas Raiders NFL style forward pass. As he's going to get bundled out into touch, he manages to throw the ball back into play. It goes 5 yards forward, lands on the try line. Curtis Sheridan goes to touchdown and completely botches it, and it's in with his boot, and Jack Wellesby gobbles it up, and we go 8-0 up.
You'd be spitting if you had Curtis Sheridan first try.
He had Jack Wellesby.
Does it go down as an attacking kick? That
it does. Well? It does. That's why he tried one again later on and was botched that as well.
It looked like a comedy of errors, that one, all throughout. It's a fortunate way to take the lead, and from that moment on, I'm not going to say we necessarily completely controlled it. I think second half we did, but we just did enough to keep our heads in front, didn't we?
Yeah, well, we conceded one try in that game, and it was from one of our own errors. Harry Robertson carrying it away from our line, knocks on, they get the ball a couple of yards out, and eventually they just keep battering ram, and Vergana goes over. I can't remember any other times in that game that we were really under any sort of sustained pressure, and I don't know whether that's because they didn't offer much in attack, or we were just very, very good at, well, defensively and containing them.
I think probably a bit of both. I don't think Wakefield were necessarily at the best today. I think they, again, like us, made quite a few errors. Didn't really stretch us tried going down the middle against us a little bit more than I thought they would do. I thought they'd try and get it out to Lachlan Walmsley and Tom Johnson on the other wing. But I also think that, again, we'll go back to that professionalism, the fact that we are turning up for each other, which I don't think was necessarily something that we went away from, but we just didn't have the personnel to go and do it time after time after time. The fact that we have kept them to one try again, testament to our...
Hang on a minute. You can't see this off camera. There's a guy in a United shirt, a Wigan Warriors jacket, an Everton scarf, a Wakefield hand. It's Kev Cunningham picking new teams again. Sorry, Kev. Sorry, Kev.
Harsh.
Anyway,
yeah, I think well, wherever I was up to, it's down to our professionalism.
Love you, Kev.
Our professionalism of keeping them down to one score. Absolutely admirable from us. I don't think we saw enough from Wakefield. You're giggling away at yourself here, aren't you? I don't think we saw enough from Wakefield, though. But on saying that, I do think that's our first test over. I don't like Castleford didn't provide it really last week, whereas Wakefield was a lot tougher. It's always tough coming here and getting a good resounding win. 20 points, you're coming away, you're pretty comfortable with that, aren't you?
Sorry, Kev, I really am. Uncalled for.
Yeah, harsh.
Yellow card.
Yeah.
Wingers.
You have that when you ask questions.
Wingers today, Kyle Felt, John Bennison, both really solid in defence. Kyle Felt with that cut-out ball that wide to him, tiptoeing down the touchline, scoring like Tommy Mack. Just absolute unit on that wing. And John Bennison on the other side, I don't think this pitch is conducive to getting the ball wide and scoring out wide. I think the thing that will stop John Bennison being a first choice winger is just that slight lack of pace to get away from men.
Yeah, he's good and solid, and he's had a great game, especially in defence today. But it possibly is just that extra yard of speed. Talking about Kyle Felt, under the high ball, he's not there, I'm just pointing to where he scored his try. Him under the high ball, under the short kick-offs, absolutely imperious in the air. Just manage it, not looking under pressure whatsoever. I think that's something that Wakefield could kind of look at. If you're going for a short kick-off, don't put it up to the 6'4" winger.
Sorry, just we force a drop out and they're going for the short one, and then we end up scoring a penalty off it. What? Maybe that was set it all later, but why are you doing that 4 minutes before half time when you're well in the game?
Yeah, I suppose it's the risk and reward, and it's not come off for him. But you think it's high risk for what it is, and why not hammer it down the field and just back your own defence? Because Wakefield's defence is good. I know we've scored 26 against them today. Where they just let a couple of thousand fans in. This has just turned into the weirdest away day that we've had.
We haven't even gone to the magic of Tristan Saylor. Tristan Saylor, there you go.
Again, some great touches. I think there's going to be games where he's a lot more expressive in his play, but it's just the little things that he does well when you need him to do.
It's just
well.
Those 1 or 2 times in a game where he's going to make that little break, and if you're on his shoulder, you're going to be away, as we saw for Daz Clark's try under the sticks. I cannot believe that took about 20 different looks at it. It was clear as day from us behind the sticks during the game, and it looked clear as day on the first look on the screen, and we kept looking at it. It was almost like VAR at Goodison trying to find a way to disallow it.
Maybe it was Michael Oliver after that sending off Crystal Palace Millwall. They were looking at it for a while. Yeah, you just think that something like that could be just sorted a lot quicker than it was. But again, listen, we've come out on the right end of it. It was the right decision. It's not one that we're going to go away and worry about. It's the right decision. We've got to the right decision in the end.
7,600 on here today at Wakefield. Really, really good. If anybody goes back and watches old Redvees from a couple of years ago, I was celebrating Wakefield losing week in, week out. I never wanted to see Wakefield in Super League ever again because the ground was an absolute dump. And fair play, they've gone away from Super League. They've been took over, new owner, and he's put some money in. And I tell you what, he's made this a decent place to come. That new stand's lovely. New terrace behind the sticks, just revamped the ground, and the fans have come back here. These won't finish bottom of the league. I think they'll go well this year. And it's a Super League standard ground now, even in the flats.
Even
Even if they do like throwing beer over your head when they're
they
losing.
keep spilling it. What are they doing? Yeah, I think obviously the new stand I think was started before the new owner, but it's starting to look better again. Like even we said putting the wraparound, what was like it's the gantry and that just makes it look better. I'm still not necessarily convinced about the away section along the side, but
I can see that becoming like that cast stand along the side in the next year or two. Maybe some seats get put in there as
possibly so. Have this. Well, have your little away end like this. I know you're going to spill over into the. But you're right, they're making steps in the right direction. Fair play to them, and they will not finish bottom. Absolutely not. The players and the methods and the routines and everything that they're going through are too good for these to finish bottom. There are probably 2 or 3 worse teams in Super League than these.
Huddersfield, Cass, and as I said, Hull have always got a 15-game losing run in them somewhere.
You look at Catalan at the minute as well.
Yeah.
So
big travelling support again today. 1,200 to Cass last week. We sold 1,200 in advance today. Looked like a few more had come over given the weather. Strong vocal support. Top of the league. 3 wins out of 3. 2 tries conceded. It's all going swimmingly to start the year so far.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it? I'll always refuse to fall in love with us 2 or 3 rounds in, but you can appreciate that the steps are there, aren't they? We're moving in the right direction. We're looking good. Let's hope we can just continue it. There's bigger. While this was a test, there's bigger tests to come in the coming weeks.
A big one coming next week against Hull KR. Hopefully they might have a couple missing, which might aid us.
My thing with that is, I know, listen, you want to beat everyone, and if they've got people missing, so be it. Never mind that. Let's beat them with their first team out. Let's see where we are. Let's see where we are.
But if benefits us if they do miss a couple of the best players.
If they do and we get the win, so be it. But they're still turning up and getting results because they've got a way to play. If they're missing even star half-backs, they're finding a way, aren't they?
They are indeed. Right, that is us done and dusted here at Wakefield. Thanks to Smudge for joining us. Kev for joining us.
Oh no, thank you for joining me. Thank you I've done 2 out of 3, you've done 1.
No, I did. Oh yeah, okay. You won it, Ed. You're winning. We'll level out by the end of the year. Right, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And we need to make sure we don't slip on the laminate down this terrace on our way out.
I've just remembered I did West Hull as well and you didn't do that, so
I feel like I'm going to do the splits of a slip on this. Right, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Catch you very soon.